All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Back with another video. I don't know if you guys seen my video from last night on Rashida Tlaib out of Detroit, who was pandering in the name of the Democratic Party, which is bad because all of a sudden she wants to be the voice for Black America. But today, I'm going to show you something very troubling and weird in how the Democrats put these people out in front of us as if they're voices of Black America. You know, the Democrats, they claim to be for women's rights, feminism. You know, it's almost as if everything that they say, they represent the total opposite. And I'm going to show you something, and it's still on the internet. I'm going to show you this clip of Charlamagne the God. And Charlamagne has become a rising star in the Democratic Party as a voice for the culture, or what he calls culture. Now, he has a criminal case, well, not a criminal case, he's in civil court now, allegedly, about an incident with this young girl, a minor. Now, how this case came about is he did an interview. When he did this interview with DJ Academics, he revealed something about an incident that the young lady didn't know. See, the young lady knew that something had happened to her and she didn't know why. She didn't know that somebody had slipped something in her drink until he did an interview bragging about the situation. It's surprising that no one has scrubbed it from the internet, but I'm going to show it to you. And if you one of my regular subscribers, I'm going to ask you, like, share, subscribe, support the channel because they finna have a problem with this video I'm finna show you. But you have to see it, and you have to see the type of people they will parade in front of us to be a moral compass. So I want you to listen closely how Charlamagne the God recalls an incident that later turned into a charge. Allegedly. We got to say allegedly when we deal with these people because the powers that protect them, they will try to shut your channel down, try to strike your channel, try to take away your monetization or whatever. But at this stage in the game, I want you to really see something. And I want you to think about what you're seeing. Now, this is for fair usage under the 1976 Copyright Act, for educational purpose, commentary, objective journalism, and the First Amendment. I want you to hear Charlamagne the God, this beacon of morality, this political pundit, this rising star in the Democratic Party. Check this out. Check this out. Fair usage again.
It's thelatenightcreep.com. Stay creeping. What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after, like, since you gained fame with, like, either groupies, or I don't do that shit. I'm scared of that kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before. Oh, for real? Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even play that. You got, like, a charge? How you beat that? Because I didn't do it. It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge. That mean you would have to, like, register for this. Yeah, I was, right? It was the year 2000, 2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University. And I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like, I was doing overnights I was working at D93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. I'm asking them did they mess with the chick, after the fact, after she pressed charges. And they was like, no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of, they was like, yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. She got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They like, yeah, my cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. I was like, he's in jail. He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse, talk to the detective myself. No, they got no one for me. I just told the detective, like, hey, look, I take full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I told her, I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped, yada, yada, yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me. Because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. Whatever.
They went down there copping out pleas with
they had to do shit.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
Oh, you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So being that I went down there and took full responsibility, lock him up.
Did it get through? You got indicted on it and everything, or?
Now I went to court. And they reduced the charges to like contributing to the delinquency of a minor because I had to give blood and all DNA samples, and it wasn't me. Whoever touched it wasn't me.
So you didn't get no jail time over that?
Nah, I got like probation, like 4 or 5 months probation or something like that.
Man.
Something like
that's so. I mean,
so that's the reason I don't play those games with females. I don't play games like that. Like if I'm kicking it with you, I'm kicking it with you. I'm not bringing no randoms over. Somebody I just met from the club. Some chick I just met. Like I go through a process. I talk on the phone with girls. I take them out with me a few times before I even try to get at them. Like I got to see where they head at. You know what I mean?
You taking chicks out on dates?
I mean, I wouldn't call them dates, but they come with me where I'm at. You know what I mean? If I'm at a club, go to the party or something, yeah, you can come through, have a good time. Black, dark black, light skin. It ain't about whether you're white. It ain't about whether you Asian, Puerto Rican. It just matters about if you're pretty or not. That's what these girls won't. That's the harsh truth they won't grasp. It ain't about your skin color. Are you pretty or not?
Now, there's more interviews dealing with this same subject where he speaks on put Spanish fly in a drink. He speaks on other things about this case. But the interesting part that I want you guys to see is look who he is now. Look who he's trying to be now.
There's this new way to get AI in just about any app that you use. You can combine AI.
This city, I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants.
Now he's become this voice for the Democratic Party, as if all these allegations, all these things that he's been a part of doesn't discredit him. They almost accept it as a reason for him to be the voice of culture. So check this out. This is for fair usage.
A story in 5 words.
De Niro babbles outside Trump trial. Roll it. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world. I don't mean to scare you. No, wait. Maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. Do we want him running this country and saying, I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life? The only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed out.
That would be a compliment to me, Tyrus, if De Niro called me a gangster.
Yeah, he's the leading expert in every theatrical film. It's him or Joe Pesci. I got that pretty much on lock. But this goes back to my point. Who is he speaking to?
Yeah.
He's speaking, it's the echo chamber. Mm-hmm. And the argument that everyone's holding, even when Bill Maher was on, the argument that they're really holding on to, he's not going to release power. Mm-hmm. As if this isn't the United States of America. Our military is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He would around and find out real quick. I'm not leaving. The same guys that protect him will be the same ones in handcuffs walking his ass out. That's not how this country works. It's ridiculous. And I know maybe I was the only one there. He's already been president and lost, and he was out. Yeah. And even all the stuff, and he had every right, in my opinion, to question things. When you spend, and like I said, I always look at it from my own perspective. Whenever I had a job or I was someplace where I was doing well, but everyone around me was like, he wasn't the plan, or I don't want him here. So, and I'm always hearing things, and if they made a Russian, the whole thing, a whole fake thing, and all the fake things they were doing, and the 2 ridiculous impeachments, and then I lose the election, just as natural, just as a human being, you're going to be like, the system that's been trying to kick me out the whole time, this dude who all of a sudden got 81 million votes, you're going to have a natural, like, this is BS. Look, anyone who gets not promoted at work, they don't always just go, I need to be better. Like, you know what? It was Susan in accounting, and it was Gutfeld writing emails about me. They whooped the blame. It was a whole thing to take me down.
I did that once.
Yes, you did that once.
Yeah. I wrote one freaking email.
Amazing email. But this, my point is, like, he did things that any other person would do who was in his situation. Yeah. But it didn't matter how he felt, because Pence was like, you got to go. And that was it. So
I've never seen another president try an attempted coup in this country, though.
Well, neither did I. I saw a president who was pissed off and lost the game, just like when my team lose. When he lost, he didn't.
Now, the reason I'm showing you this, because you would think that with his history and with a pending case, that the Democrats wouldn't push him out in this manner. But this guy is being protected by some sources, and this is just my opinion, and he's being used and put out there as a Biden pundit, but his character and his even knowledge of politics is minimal. And I want you to see that everything he's finna say is a Democratic talking point. Check this out.
He said bad things. He made dumb statements. But if he was making a coup, we would have seen it.
But those dumb statements riled people up and did cause them to go rush,
Well, he did say protest peacefully, and it's a lousy coup if you don't have any guns.
He handled January 6th about as bad as you possibly could.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But as far as that's what they're holding on, when we literally have groups now busting into any government building and demanding this, demanding that, and they're not treating the same thing. They didn't have to hire a team from Hollywood to tell us a story. Truth comes out. You don't need fancy camera angles and this, that, whatever. January 6th was ugly. It was stupid. But it wasn't to the level. That's all they're running on. Where the rest of us are like, yeah, it happened. It sucked. What about my eggs at $8? What about my gas prices? What about my kids getting good schools?
Kat, what do you, did you think De Niro helped or hurt? And by the way, it's weird that they can do a presser outside of court.
I'm almost to the point where I'm running out of takes on his takes, which is like the same thing he says over. And honestly, what sticks out to me about it as it's actually as unhinged as it was, in my opinion. It was less unhinged than some of the things we saw maybe from our own governor of New York, who then goes after the voters or the people who support Trump. He just went after Trump, and fear is a very motivating thing for people, and people know that. Mm-hmm. But for me, I mean, whenever I hear like someone trying to make me afraid, then I'm immediately kind of turned off from what they're trying to say, just because I know that that's a tool that people use to control you and turn you away from other people. But it's actually, I think that we're in a sad situation when that's not the most extreme rhetoric I've heard. Because at least he went after Trump. He keeps going after Trump over and over and over again. At a certain point, I'm getting the vibe he doesn't like the guy.
Kennedy, something personal happened. What is going on? You've got your ear to the ground.
Well,
literally.
When Robert De Niro and I were dancing cheek to cheek just a few weeks ago in our favorite gin joint,
What I'm showing you guys is the Democratic Party, in their desperation, using Charlamagne and Robert De Niro as surrogates to push their party agenda. It just seems desperate considering what you're looking at. I mean, it's almost like they just throwing anything against the wall to see what sticks. Check it out.
He confessed to me that he spurned my love because he has a secret love for Donald Trump. Okay, people don't want to let go of power. People don't want to concede when they have lost. It's incredibly painful, especially when you have made it to the summit. Hillary Clinton is evidence of that. She still can't let the election go, and she didn't even win. Imagine, and Hillary Clinton's one piece of advice for Joe Biden when it was so close in the closing days of the 2020 election, she was, whatever you do, don't concede. That was her advice to Joe Biden. She said, the worst thing I ever did was concede to Donald Trump. She didn't have any power, and she still can't let go of it. Imagine if she won in 2016, but then lost to Trump in 2020. She's the one who would still be barricaded behind the Resolute desk, wrapped in Kevlar and snotty tissues. Like, she's the one who is incapable of letting go. And I think the human ego is just like that.
Yeah.
But he left. He's gone. He's not president right now, but he wants to be again really, really badly.
Last word.
Yeah, let the record show. I totally agree with Robert De Niro. I am one of those people that suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. I think he is a threat to democracy.
Really?
I think that he led an attempted coup in his country. You know, he said he wanted to suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. At the least, that's just not a patriotic thing to say.
I don't believe that.
He absolutely said that on
I will
Truth
look
Social.
that up.
He did.
He wanted to suspend the Constitution.
He said we should suspend the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. He said it on Truth Social.
Pay attention to Charlamagne. And think about the first clip I showed you. This is the same guy who's allegedly right now engaged in civil litigation about allegedly slipping Spanish fly in a 15-year-old girl's drink. And with his history and Robert De Niro, it just seems like the Democratic Party are so desperate that they're imploding on each other, because look at the people they are putting out as surrogates. And the talking points.
Said he didn't say it. So I read Project 25. I'm one of those guys that's like, I don't know if he will necessarily leave. I hope he does, as you said.
I think even if I think this happens more with our presidents than I think, because now we can see everything, and Trump made everything so transparent because he was on TV every day and everyone was watching the camera.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet, and again, I'm not justifying the bad behavior of January 6th, but I'm willing to bet every president, when he got the note that he was not, when he was out, they were calling everybody like, can we fix this? Are we sure? And I think just given the fact that Biden's biggest claim to fame was he got to be Barack Obama's VP. And it was more of the Barack. I voted for Barack twice. I voted for Trump. Looks like it's going to be 3 times now. But the point is like, it was the greatness of Barack that helped him over. Now that there's no more Barack, this is all Biden's presidency, and it's been embarrassing. So people are like, are we willing to go back to a poor sport who at least was getting our taxes right, or a wandering fool who's letting the worst part of the Democratic Party get their stuff past him because he doesn't have the...
Neither. We deserve better. The American people deserve better from both parties.
I'm not running, though.
Yeah,
all right, we got to move on.
Right, choose.
There would be no women in your cabinet.
I mean, I showed you this because this is strange that they keep promoting Charlamagne on this media tour and his Democratic talking points as if we haven't forgot who he really is. You know, Malcolm X said it better. Malcolm X said, in no other culture are comedians and entertainers the politicians and the leaders of the people. You know, I just wanted to show you these 2 clips. I'm sending out to you out of Detroit. Keep your head on the swivel. Salute to our patriots. Look more into this thing. There's a lot on the internet about Charlamagne and this incident. So, like, share, and subscribe. Peace and salute to all patriots.